boys and girls. Today we're going to be doing our lesson number 6 on the Lenape, the people of the seasons. All right, so let Miss Beck share our screen. And I'm going to show you our PowerPoint. Present. It is. It's not a squirrel. What is it? It's a turtle. It's a turtle shell.
It looks like a squirtle.
Okay, so today, and I'm not sure whether I have that shared correctly. Share. There we go. So today, while we're talking, we're going to have some important words. So let's see. The first word is, oh no, what happened? Is burrows. Do you see that rabbit right there?
Yeah,
This is a picture of the rabbit. He goes down in the burrows, or he burrows down. A burrow is like a what? It's a hole. It's a hole. And then this word here is called harvested. Can everybody say harvested?
Harvested.
Harvested means to pick all the crops. And so see right here, they're picking the different, I don't know what they've grown right there. They're picking them. The next word is the word tract. Can everybody say tract? The word tract, let's see if we can figure out what it means. Look at the picture. What do you think the word tract means?
Hike.
Hike. Very good. Hike. And then this picture here is a wigwam. Can y'all say wigwam? Wigwam is another type of housing from the Lenape.
Yeah, no, that's my favorite house.
Remember they had the teepee on the other one?
Yeah, I like that one most.
All right, so before we had read the story about bull, gull, and crow, and the upright walkers were do you remember who they were? They were the animals or the people? The people. And they lived in dome-shaped huts called wetus. And they ate clams, fish, corn, potatoes. Today we're going to hear another story about a Native American tribe, the Lenape. Can everybody say Lenape? Lenape. All right, so we're going to listen carefully to see about the Lenape and how they lived. So we have here a picture of the Lenape. Ooh. Oh, that was cool. I don't know why those notes are on there. All right. And the Lenape were called a people of the seasons because they lived in the woodlands of North America for thousands of years. So you take a look at the map, and you guys are going to get your maps back. If you look right in here, and I'll show you guys on the screen in a minute. You look right in here. This is a different one. This is the Lenape. This is where the Lenape live. The other one was the Wampanoag. Remember the Wampanoag? This is where, yeah, it does. It looks like an elephant, doesn't it? For most of that time, they lived on the land, and they hunted. They gathered and later farmed. Their daily lives were changed by the seasons. So do you guys remember the seasons of the year? Winter, spring, summer, and fall. And when we learned the word blossom, when we talked about plants, do you guys remember what the word blossom means? Liam, what does the word blossom mean? To grow. So the blossoms were the sign that the last snow had fallen. So here's a picture of the different seasons. And can you tell which season's which? What season is this right here? It's the harvest season. So this one is summer. Everybody say summer. This one is fall. Everybody say fall. This one's easy. This one's winter because you see the snow. And then this one is spring. So Our story starts here in the spring. In the spring, sunshine warmed the earth. Lenape people set to work. They planted their spring crops. The Lenape men and boys prepared their fields for planting. When the fields were ready, the women and girls planted corn, squash, and beans. And they also planted herbs, tobacco, and sunflowers. Anybody in here like sunflowers? I love sunflowers. With the ice and snow gone, the Lenape men and older boys were able to go on hunting trips. They often hunted on foot. Sometimes they traveled far from their villages to dug out canoes. The canoes glided smoothly on the rivers. So this is a canoe, right?
Yeah.
Have y'all ever seen a canoe before?
It looks like a kayak.
It does look like a kayak. Do you know the difference in a canoe and a kayak?
Yeah.
What's the difference?
Kayaks are made of wood and sometimes canoes they're sometimes made of plastic.
Well, I'm gonna tell you the biggest difference is canoes can have more than one person, and usually kayaks only have one. That's your biggest difference in that. The Lenape hunted animals such as bear, deer, elk, and raccoons. And they hunted and tramped birds too. All right, so now this is Lenape in the summer. Spring slowly turned into summer. The heat from the sun became even stronger. During this time, the Lenape people fished for salmon, herring, and shad. They guarded their ripening crops from the greedy birds. What do you think the greedy birds wanted to do with the crops? Eat them, that's right. Harvested mean they gather the crops when they are ready to be eaten or used. Corn was one of the most important food crops. It was ground to make cornmeal, and then it was used to make bread. It was roasted in the fire, and often kernels were stored for use during days of winter when there was nothing to eat. All right, here we are, winter. Our season right now is winter, right, Matthew? Have a seat, one. Oh, this one's fall. This one's fall and then winter. In the autumn, the Lenape harvested their gourds and pumpkins. They gathered nuts, roots, and berries, such as huckleberries, raspberries, and strawberries. They made beautiful baskets to store their winter food in, and they strengthened their wigwams, or dome-shaped houses. Can we all say wigwam again? Can y'all say wigwam?
Wigwam.
Wigwam. It's kind of a funny name, right? This is the wigwam, the house right here. Lenape children rushed to catch them or jump into the gathering piles. Gathering the leaves away, the leaves were carried away by the chilly winds. The days darkened and the winter arrived. Here we go for winter.
Watch this on my tablet.
You did? During the winter time, the Lenape people spent time in their warm home called wigwams. The wigwams were made from saplings, rushes, bark, fur, and were warm and cozy. What does the word cozy mean?
Means they feel good.
Yeah, they feel good. You're warm and cozy, kind of like what you have like with a blanket. They told stories about the history of their people. They told stories about the creation of the earth and the Great Spirit. Women and girls stayed busy making clothes and moccasins from animal skins and turkey feathers. Men made spears, bows, and arrows. Y'all heard of bows and arrows?
Yeah, bow and arrow.
Bow and arrow. Yep.
You can put poison inside.
Yeah, you can. When snow fell from the dark wintry sky, the Lenape children, just as children everywhere, rushed outside to play in it. Even in the winter, the men and the older boys went to hunt. They trekked or traveled slowly with difficulty on the steep snow in their snowshoes. They followed animal tracks in the snow. If they returned with meat, the women and girls prepared a warm stew or soup.
Stew, turkey stew.
There's a turkey and a deer. One season followed another as it did. The Lenape lived in their houses or in their lives according to the seasons: spring, summer, autumn, and winter. They listened to the earth's rhythm of life. The world in which they lived provided them everything they needed. They were guided by the earth's turning and changing of the seasons. Such was the way of Lenape. All right, so we're going to take a look at the Lenape again. And I have a question for you. If you were a Lenape child, which season would you like best and why? Please raise your hand if you have an answer to a question. Emily, what season would you like best and why? Fall? Okay. Why? What did the Lenape do in the fall that you like? All right, they did. They probably didn't spend a whole lot of time playing like that. But what about you, Kaden? What season would you like best?
My favorite is fishing in snow.
Okay, so what season has snow? When? Winter. Winter has snow. Liam, what about you? Spring. Okay. Why would you say the spring? They had good weather during the spring. What about you, Ava? Winter. Why? Snow. What about you, Sienna? Winter and spring. Emily, let's not mess up our name tag. How come winter and spring? Oh, okay. So in the read aloud, we heard the word harvested. Everybody say harvested. In the summer, the Lenape harvested their corn, beans, and squash. Harvest means they carried crops from where they are ready to be picked. The farmer harvested the wheat and crops at the end of the summer. What kind of crops did they have? Do you guys remember? Corn. What else?
Tomatoes.
Did it say tomatoes? They had pumpkins, clams. Clams were from the sea. What else did they eat?
Well, they can eat tomatoes.
Tomatoes? Yeah, they could eat tomatoes.
Chicken.
Yeah, look back here, not chicken. Pumpkins, gourds, squash, nuts, deer. And so the word we've been talking about is harvested. The Lenape harvested. Harvested meant something that they would grow. So what we're going to do is, let's take a look at this real quick. Students today, all right, might live in the city. Here's their clothing. Here's our food we'd eat. And there is, yeah, the buffalo is really important. There was our house. The Lakota Sioux lived outside. They had clothing that looked like this. The buffalo, thank you, Liam, was really important. And they lived in a type of shelter called a teepee. The Wampanoag lived in the coastal plains. And there's their huts, and there's their clams, and there's their home.
Someone with a bow and arrow in his hand.
And here's the Lenape. They lived in North America. They lived in their wigwam. Here's the food they ate, and here they are right outside of their wigwam again. So, wigwam is their house, remember? All right, so what we're going to do is I'm going to give everybody their workbook that they had. And if you returned yours back to me, then I'll give you that one. And if you didn't, I'll give you another one. And you're going to notice right here on the thing, on the map, that you will see where the Lenape lived, right here in the black. Right here is the state that we live. What's the name of our state? North Carolina. So we didn't live where the Lenape lived, but we didn't live too far. If you were a Lenape child, which season would you like? So I'm going to go around and I'm going to ask you which season you like. I'm going to write the word here, and down here at the very bottom, you're going to draw a picture of that season. Okay? And that's what you're going to work on. Everybody got it? Thumbs up. All right, let me end this.